Hi everyone. In this chapter or video, I will talk about network security groups. Network security group is very important in Azure. They control the flow of the traffic inbound and outbound. Network security group are attached with the interface card, which comes with the virtual machine. So we use the port 8, we can use the port and priority and protocol and source and destination to define the flow of our traffic. So to start with this lab, I have already got a virtual machine and I have Internet Information Services running on this machine. So if I use my public IP and hit it here, so I can see my Internet Information Services. So if I go to the networking, and here you can see in my inbound port rule, we have a priority, which is rule says 310, it's port 80, and on port 80 it is allowing me to access to the Internet Information Services. So you can see here we can define the port rules here in order to get the traffic flowing. So to go in a bit more details, what if I say add inbound port rule? So what you do here is if you want to define your own rules, you can set your rules here. So source means that where is your source coming from. So if I just want my computer to connect with this virtual machine or this virtual network, I can define my IP address, I can use service tag, I can use application security group. So if I say IP address, so that IP address is basically my IP address, my computer IP address. So I will give an address here of whatever I want. And then what port range do I want it to? And then destination. Destination means what is the destination? So destination is basically this machine. So I can go to this virtual machine here and I can go to my virtual machine and I can choose the private IP of this virtual machine. So this could be my private IP. So I say it could be virtual network too. So I say IP, and here I can give the IP and just give the address to it and set on OK. So this I will only be able to access this machine by using my IP address and using this is the only destination I can get access to. So we can define our rules basically here. It's very simple. Another thing I want to talk about is the priority here. So what if I go to add inbound port rule and I say source any, port any, destination any, destination port 80. But this time I want to deny that basically, and I want to set the priority to 200. The lower the priority is, the higher the machine will consider it first basically. So before going there, we can still get the access, there is no problem. But what if I set it to 200 and port 80? So anything coming from port 80, okay, I'm denying this one. So I can just say port 80 deny and then just hit on OK. So soon I hit on OK, you will see the rule I just added will go on the top of the list here in priority. So give me maybe a minute or so. So just wanna refresh the blade. So now I have port 80 deny, which I set it to deny now. So I can't access to the Internet Information Services. So what if I go to my virtual machine now and I pick public IP address? Let's see if I can get the access to. Why is it giving me access? It should not. port AT, destination, doesn't matter, I've denied it. Okay, sorry, I said any, so I'd say 100, sorry, 50 to 100. So I set a limit that anything between port this to this one should not be coming. So what if I save it now? Before I didn't set the source port range, so I'm setting a source port range. I think it will still work because it's the ports. It will still work, I think, because it's not this one. It could be source port range, could be any. Oh, where are you? It's this one, destination port range. So I want to delete this rule. I want to create a new one. So I've did the same, but it actually took some time. But let's see if I actually get. So I've made the rule changes again. I've just made some changes. I just want to see if I can get it running again, which it should not be running because I set a rule there. So finally, so it took some time actually to apply the rule into a virtual machine. So you see here in networking. Here you can see that I set a port deny rule here. So yeah, so seeing as that we set a port deny rule, so we can't access the Internet Information Services. But what if I just simply de-link the network interface card with this virtual machine? Would it allow me to access this Internet Information Services? We can give it a try. Go to the networking. This is our network interface card. Go to the network security group because it's how it's linked with that. What if I go and say none and hit on save? So now the machine is not linked with any interface card, or there's no rule set. This should allow us to get access to the Internet Information Services. So let's update the blade first, because it always takes some time before give us the final result. So if I go to my virtual machine, take the public IP now, this should give us the access. Yep, we can see that we can get the access to our Internet Information Services. Another thing I want to show you that we can also link our public IP with this machine too, but currently let's see which IP address. The public IP is linked with this one. So currently, if you go networking, network interface, IP config. So currently I have this IP is linked with this one. But what if I want to have the standard IP address? Because the standard public IP address always demand for Internet Information Services. So what if I disassociate this one first? I'll go and disassociate this one, and while it's doing, I want to go and create a public IP. So go public IP address. I want to create another public IP address. IP, I want it to be standard. I can say NSG IP, and it's all good. The source group is demo. My machine is, I don't remember where is it based, or I think it's India, Central India I believe, but I can try if it was right. So Central India, set it to zone redundant, just make sure it's zone redundant. I hit it on create. So I want to try that if I delink and link this new public IP with my virtual machine, would I be able to get access to Internet Information Services? Because standard IP does not let you access to the Internet Information Services. They demand for their network security gate. So, is it done yet? So if I go associate, select, and is this the one we created? Just wanna refresh this one. NSGIP, I think that's the one we did. So if I go here, I go associate NSGIP. So select this one and say associate and hit on save. Okay, now it has successfully associated. So let's go and now grab the new public IP and see if we can get the access. And we shouldn't get the access because it's a standard public IP. See, it does not allow us to get the access because it always demands for the network security group. What we can do is we can go back and we can go to our network security gate, go to network security group, and I maybe want to link back to my network security card. I'll hit on save. Okay, so the network security card is linked. Okay, because we linked a network security card, we do not have any port 80 rule in place. So let's just refresh the blade first because it should be linked by now. We still have the port deny rule, so what I want to go and maybe just delete this rule now. Once it's deleted, I want to see if we can get the access after this one, but I know it will take some time, so it wouldn't come straight away. But yeah, this time it did. But yeah, this was just a quick video to show you that how can we use network security gates to control the inbound and outbound traffic. It's same as firewall, but firewall has more feature, but every virtual machine should have some sort of network security group rules in place. But thanks for watching this video.